Rainier Avenue Radio.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Here at Rainier Avenue Radio, we're all about people and community. If you listen to the wide variety of shows we have, you'll hear we try to have a little something for everyone. Much like PBS, we need the help of our people and our community to keep this pirate ship afloat. We've begun our summer campaign. From now to August 1st, we are asking for your support. Please visit RainierAvenueRadio.world and gift us your support. Look, I agree, we are living in weird times and it's getting rough out there. Maybe you're planning a summer trip with the family and you need your cash for you stuff. I get that. But if you dig in the couch or clean out under the driver's seat of your car, you'll find some coins. Even if you can donate $1 or $5, cool. Every dollar adds up and can help us at Rainier Avenue Radio keep doing what we're doing, bringing people, community, and art together. By helping us, even with as little as you can, you're helping us keep this party going. And who doesn't like a party? So let's get after it and let's get some shekels donated. On behalf of all the show hosts and everyone behind the scenes here at Rainier Avenue Radio, we thank you for your support.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Women Empowerment Talk Radio, your roadmap to business success. Tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. on RainierAvenueRadio.world, providing resources and sharing motivational experiences from the everyday entrepreneur. Tune in Women Empowerment Talk Radio every Sunday, 3 p.m. on RainierAvenueRadio.world.
And welcome to our live studio audience for another exciting edition of Did You Know? And here we go with round one. Did you know?
COVID vaccine is free and easy to get. You don't need insurance or an appointment to get your vaccine. Vaccines are available at many locations near you.
And now we're going to double the value. Did you know?
The COVID-19 vaccine is always free of cost. You can visit pharmacies, community health centers, and other health providers in your neighborhood.
And now for the lightning round. Did you know?
The Delta variant of COVID is a mutation that has health experts worried because it's twice as contagious.
Then for our finale. Did you know?
The best way to protect yourself from the COVID Delta variant is to get fully vaccinated. Get your vaccine today.
Find out more at kingcounty.gov/vaccine. Did you know?
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time, and this is my real voice. Honest, you're hearing it on RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Should have told her you were sorry.
What's going on, world? It's your boy OG Mambo
and your guy D Money. Join us along with Pint Size Patron and ID Yourself
here on Fresh Juice at Rainier Avenue Radio
every Wednesday hump day from 9 to 11 Pacific.
Get exclusive interviews from your favorite artists, all the hottest music, and updates on what we got going on in the world.
Here go the first song.
We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. Yeah.
Do you tussle with the greats like a shadow on your wall? I will crawl inside your psyche, seeing you through crystal ball. Use your music in the loo as I wipe my... You were really not that good, I don't know why they got you gassed. My lyrical style breaks necks. You cashing fake checks, making a fake flex, thinking that you up next. My precision is not up for debate. I'm living in the future, so why the fuck is you late? Thought that Lavi wasn't coming, thought that Lavi was on chill. I went into isolation to emerge with this red pill. The red has turned to purple and the matter turned to sound. I float into the airwaves, lavender is all around. Dissecting every atom as I peek into your soul. They thought that I was done, but baby, I am on a roll. On the mic, delivered effortlessly, the smooth sounds of my craft, efficacy.
We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. Yeah.
And the crowd go crazy.
Vibe out of nowhere, but stay with you like deja vu. We talk spicy like Haitian food. Troops with my brother Lou. I can never call myself a foot soldier for cancer culture. I would never use my music to try and go cancer culture. Man, it's over. We get it popping like a can of soda. Fanning like Dakota when the spit is striking. That's a cobra. This crooked tooth dude rap silly G. Still handsome enough to beg it willingly. Wave like the ocean, we got flows by the boatloads. Growing like Pinocchio's nose, holding the poker nose, the shoulder low. Hat flick, dipping with the leg kick. Low pressure, honey, getting money to the bag rip. Like the mag grip, hold a mic like it's dear to me. That's a stag hit, like they hunt, that's weird to me. A literary god with this poetry, that's literally. These are the days of our lives, no ability. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. Yeah. Now they wanna give the best rapper with Halifax to these hype boys who can never see us, they stars fleeing, they white noise. Gives no to no rapper, no pipe boys. Don't be so sensitive, you bent to this fight noise.
We get on the mic,
talk to them,
make them taste the filth. Leave you tarnished with a varnish of lyrical skill. Undeniable kill, legions start to form and then each and every single word grill you like a vase.
We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year. We got the neck-breaking, club-shaking beat for this year.
And the crowd go crazy.
Yeah, man, you know the crowd goes crazy every Wednesday night, 9 to 11 p.m. Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio, Juice Pack. Myself, D Money.
Pint Size Patron.
OG Mambo.
What it is, man. Woo, how about those glasses? Uh-oh.
What it
like
do?
those, man?
And he looked like Arles ready to be snowboarding.
Yeah.
The guest that we had a couple weeks ago. If you,
Yeah. I hear you. Winter sports.
Yes, winter sports in the summer. That's how it goes down, right? I don't think ID is going to be with us tonight, man. That's the fourth member of the Juice Pack. But we, as always, are broadcasting on all of our platforms, facebook.com/group/Fresh Juice Media, IG and Twitter @Fresh Juice Media. And check us out on YouTube as well. Go subscribe there. Go to youtube.com/@Fresh Juice Media for full shows and clips. You can watch it on your own time, on demand, whatever it may be. It's all there for you. Yeah, man. Bless you. And you can always be on right up on there. You can actually put that up in your browser. You don't even have to put it in the search. You can just put it up in your browser, youtube.com/@Fresh Juice Media. We open things up with our remote guest, Lavender, with that one with her joint with I think it's Tachichi. She's gonna have to tell me though. I'm already bombing the names, man. So
got to reschedule him.
Oh man, he couldn't make it out, so she's gonna represent the duo. So we're excited to have her joining us from Halifax.
Yeah, shout out to Nova Scotia, man. I got one of my cousins live out there, man. So
for sure, fam. Yeah, man. Also of the label Hand Solo Records, who you might have seen some of their artists come through this show recently. But here in the studio, I think it's his second time with us. Sarey Savy's here, man. So we'll be chatting with him as well. Looking forward to that. There we go. He's looking all modelly in that picture right there. So
fly guy.
Yeah, he is pretty fly, huh? Thank you. All right, man. Before we bring in our guests, man, as always, we want to see how we're doing, how the week's been, how's it been treating you, how's life?
No complaints over here, man. Real smooth.
Good.
Grinding.
Busy, man.
Little busy?
A little busy, yeah. Yesterday was my girl's birthday.
Happy birthday to your girl.
July, thank you. So yeah.
Okay.
That's on all week.
So happy be right.
I feel it. I feel it, man. I feel it. I was running a couple of errands earlier today, man. It is just so not fun doing errands in the heat when you're sticking to your car seat and all that, man.
Yeah.
Nah,
just a slimy feeling.
It does feel very slimy, man. You pull your shirt back and then he's like, oh, it's all wet. It's crazy, man. All right, man. I think that's enough of us. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some guests, man. Go ahead, Mambo.
Man, well, we definitely gonna start in studio, striking the motto pose, man. We got Sarey Savy.
There he is, y'all. Sarey Savy.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, second time time being here. Last time it was during the pandemic, I think.
Yeah, it might be. It might have been.
Was I still a part of KSC when that was happening? I don't even remember.
Are you not anymore?
I'm not.
Oh,
gotcha.
Changes. We might have to get into those changes.
Bring it on. I'm not scared to talk about it.
All right. We will. It'll happen. Trust. But hey, Mambo, change that screen, man, so we can see more of your head, man. All I see is your glasses.
That's
Anyway, why don't you go ahead and bring in the other artists, man?
All right, man. Live. You see, you guys got to get the glasses gleaming, man. That's the point, man. The glasses and the nose ring. That's what this episode's all about. The glasses and the nose ring are a duo and a pair. And we're going to talk about another duo and a pair. We got Lavender and holding it down for, was it Tachichi? We're going to get the proper pronunciation in there, man. That's
there we go. Lavender.
Hello.
Lavender got the glasses memo.
That's right. I wanted to match you guys with the glasses and the nose ring. So what's up?
Hey, there's your girl, Mambo, right there.
Come on, hey, this is a team down here.
I'm going Macho Man Randy Savage on you.
It's the duo.
I like that for sure. And that's an excellent reference. I like that already too.
We like wrestling over here for sure.
Hey.
Also, it's Tachichi, so you guys had it.
Tachichi, okay, cool.
Tachichi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that record was real smooth. We definitely gonna get into that after we get into this game, man.
Yeah, that's off of the album Found Money, by the way. It's out in stores, so you can go cop that. We'll get into that later for sure. All right. We always start the program with a fun little game, break the ice. Of course, we want you all to play along in the comments. We call it Take Your Pick.
Thank
you. That's usually ID's job, but thank you.
I'm actually the first one to ever do it, but you know what I'm saying. I like the homies to have their moments.
As always, man, if it's your first time ever tuning in to Fresh Juice, it's really easy to play Take Your Pick. We give you two options and you choose one of them. Of course, our guests are going to play along with us, and we want you to play along in the comment section, because we select our favorite comment every episode, man. So without further ado, let's take a look at last week's winner. And that one goes to... How about KJ Grand, man, always dominating. He said, homeless and happy sounds like a homeless drug addict that's constantly high.
Okay. Just came with it.
That way, when you put it that way, I'm definitely glad I didn't go with that one.
Oh, man, homeless and happy, yo. Let's get some fresh ones up on the table, though. Here we go. Take your pick. Go to a restaurant alone, or go to a concert or bar alone?
I'm definitely going to say concert or bar, because the probability of making friends in that environment is way higher. Like, you go to a restaurant alone, like everybody else already came with their friends, so you're not really just going to make a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you're not going to roll up on somebody's table and start a conversation.
And then just be chilling. But you could be at a concert, and then you guys look at each
other. A word?
We friends now.
Well, what you think, Sarey, man? How which one you want to roll to alone?
I'm definitely not gonna go to a concert alone.
Okay.
Because I'm a social butterfly.
Okay.
So that's a happy place for me. I'll go to the restaurant alone though, because sometimes when I'm eating, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, I just want to enjoy my meal. Like, I worked hard for my money. Let me enjoy my meal. Stop talking to me.
Hey. How are you feeling, Lavender?
I've definitely gone to a restaurant alone like many times. So I would probably choose concert because to go there and just like take in the music and like fully immerse yourself in it and just be like one with the performer, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what I would choose.
I'm kind of with Lavender, man. I think I've gone to a couple of concerts alone, man. You know, plans fall through. They're like, oh, I can't roll with you. Like, you either staying home or you're just going. But
did you pull out your phone and act like you were talking to somebody?
I did pull out my phone and shoot the concert, though. But
okay. School shooter. All right.
Yeah, right. What about you, Patron?
I'd probably do a restaurant alone.
Okay.
That just feels like boss. Like that's a boss move.
You think so?
Yeah.
I could see that, man.
Eating alone.
Well, I mean, sometimes bosses don't have friends, man.
Be like that.
That just sounds really lonely. Like I know if I'm going to, I know no matter what concert I go to, like I got friends who there for sure. Like somebody's there for sure.
Right.
Even if it's a security guard that like from like when I performed there last time, you're like, oh, what's happening, bro? I remember you from last time. Now me and him is just chilling while I smoke my doobies and chill.
Yes. Let's move on. Here we go. Take your pick. Number 2. Oh, by the way, Miles Salvador is going to the restaurant alone. All right. Next up, take your pick. Only be able to watch the first half of movies or only be able to watch the second half of movies?
I'm a pretty perceptive individual, so I think I'll take the second half because I'll hate to watch the first half and get real into it and never know how it ends. Now, if you get me halfway through, like after like 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna figure out what characters, what's going on in the story, and then be ready to watch the ending. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the second half for sure.
Okay. Well, what you doing, Lavender?
I'm probably gonna go with the second half too because yeah, I'm with Mambo on that one. I probably understand what's going on in the first half and the second half, but if I had to just watch the first half and not know, that would just drive me insane.
Sarey?
I don't know. I feel like
they got in that crash, and then like what happened after that crash? No,
I feel like movies are pretty predictable now. It's kind of hard to be original. So I feel like if you watch the first half, you kind of would know. You would be able to make like some sort of educated guess. But I feel like
I feel you on that.
Yeah, but you can
see the beginning. You're like, I know where this is going.
I know what's gonna happen, especially
that's
with
a
scary
lot of
movies. Yeah, especially with like scary movies. But I think I might choose the second half because I think it'd be easier to estimate like what happened in the first half.
Oh,
right.
Because I think if you're estimating the second half, right, like you're just getting to like the climax part. So you're still being given some kind of context clue as to the background of the movie. Yeah.
Man, what about you, Patron?
I'm gonna just go with the second half.
Okay. Just want
you guys ever seen a movie like you've seen it a bunch of times, but you never really saw the beginning, and then you finally see the beginning?
Right. But you know,
and it has no bearing on why you like the movie whatsoever. It's like they could have did anything. You already made up your mind about the movie.
Right.
Oh man, I really hate this question, man, because if it's only the first or the second, I can't watch the movie, man. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. I can't watch the beginning and then wonder what the hell happened in the second, and I can't watch the second half and be totally confused.
Well, like the thing is, if you pick the first half, you never finish a movie. If you pick the second half, then like the beginning of the movie is just later on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all.
Yeah. Well, let's see what KJ says, man. KJ says, I've been watching first half of movies for years. At least you can set yourself up for the end and go back and finish it. If you watch the second half, you'll never go back to watch the beginning.
That's fair. That's actually very true.
Mm.
KJ came through with the knowledge.
I can actually say the opposite because I started watching Game of Thrones because I went to the homie's house and he was like season 6, episode 20. And I was like, yo, what is this? This is crazy. And I went back to episode 1 so I could figure out what this was. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my gosh.
but I will say that like the first 2 seasons wasn't that. So like it had to build up. So if I just went and watched episode 1, I might have been like, this is boring. I'm over it.
What was the show?
It was Game of Thrones, but because I saw there was a bunch of stabbings and queens sacrificing children and all sorts of stuff, I was like, oh man, I gotta go back. How did we get here, y'all? How did we get here?
I hate that feeling. It's like, whoa, what, where did this all come from? Everyone's going crazy, and there's no buildup.
I'm always Googling spoilers anyway. Like if the movie or the show is like way too intense, I'm like, I have to know.
Right?
Yeah, so I'll Google that, and I'm like, oh,
you do that
okay,
too, Pete? Yes, I have to know. Like if I'll get on the internet if I'm confused.
Yeah. I did that with that Justin Timberlake movie the other day because like I used to be into horror a lot. And now I feel like as I'm aging, it's like I don't want to watch that as much because it hurts my heart. So my family was watching like that movie with Justin Timberlake. It's called like something dog, or you know what I'm talking about?
Alpha Dog?
Alpha Dog, which is crazy. And I was like super nervous because I knew it was going to get intense. So then I had to Google it and totally ruined it for myself.
It's a
But
true
better.
story.
I know, that makes it worse.
Wow.
What is
crazy? Good film.
It's
but,
an
yeah.
old movie. It's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just saw it like this year.
Man, that's crazy to think that JT's been making movies for over 20 years, man.
Does everything.
Something like it.
Where did you watch it though? Was it like on Netflix or Hulu? Or?
No, it was on the TV. It was on like cable.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay, the responsible way.
I see it. Okay. Let's move on to our next one, man. Take your pick, y'all. Have a tattoo of the last TV show you watched.
Dang.
Or have a tattoo of the last album you listened to.
Mine's a Wu-Tang tattoo.
You got a Wu-Tang tattoo.
I'm watching the docuseries.
Yes.
Got my Wu-Tang.
Oh, you got the Wu-Tang. Look at Lavender. Look at Lavender.
Yes. Man, the last actually, oh no, I'm cool. I'm gonna go with the last album I listened to because the last album I was listening to was my album. So I'll for sure get that title.
Of course you would. Of course you would, Mambo.
No, but it was because I was uploading some stuff and then I had to. So that's it, like literally that's the last thing I was listening to was me. So yeah, I'll get that title for sure.
Are you a Leo?
I'm a Libra, actually.
Oh, Libra, nice. I'm a Libra moon.
Libra moon. Ooh. Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like it's a good placement.
Yeah.
We just like overthink a lot, but like whatever. Everyone does.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man. What does KJ say? KJ says Lamb of God or Rugrats. I'm sticking with Rugrats.
He was watching Rugrats.
Yes, how about that Rugrats? Remember that.
It's either my album or Suits because Shorty been watching Suits like it's going out of style. So
I see. Okay. I'm going with TV show. So I'm putting Manifest right there.
I love that.
I haven't seen it. I think you should actually get that just because.
Yeah.
Just because.
And for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, content.
I love it.
Yeah,
man.
we got it. You got to get tatted on the radio show.
No, that didn't happen on the show. No, we're not doing that. You can do that, but I will not do that.
But I already have a bunch.
Do it.
What about you, Sarey, man? What are you doing, man? Album or a TV show on you?
Oh, well, if it was the last TV show I watched, it would be Pepsi Where's My Jet, so I'm not getting that.
Pepsi Where's My Jet?
Where's My Jet? I'm not getting that. I'll probably get the last album I listened to, which was, I don't know if you're all familiar, but she's my favorite artist right now. Her name is Ava Max.
Never heard of her.
Okay.
Yeah, Ava Max. So she, I just went to her show, but it's her album. So it's called Diamonds and Dance Floors. So I'd probably get that.
You think we could get her on the show?
I mean, it'd be a long shot, but the worst you
Okay.
could say is no.
You talking to a shooter?
I did get like a meet and greet for free though, which was kind of crazy.
That's sweet. How'd you get it for free?
So my friend that I went with, he encouraged me to try to figure out how I can open up for her the next time she comes into town.
Mm.
So, you know, a lot of people, they go to shows, they just go to enjoy it, but not me and my friend. We went there to try to figure out who do we need to talk to be able to perform for these
I
big
love
artists.
that.
And so he was like, we should go look around and talk. And I accidentally bumped into her tour manager. So yeah, and then I mean, he shot me down, but he you know, I mean, I tried, but he was like, yeah, like I was asking him, I was like, do you know anybody I could talk to about opening up for her the next time she's here?
Right.
And then he was like, he totally brushed that off and was like, are you here for the meet and greet? I was like, I couldn't pay for the meet and greet. He was like, let me get you a free meet and greet. And then yeah, he like sent me to somebody. Shout out to Miranda, because he sent me to somebody named Miranda. And then she was like, get in the line and then tell them
Was
that
this at Neptune Theater?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Hey, shout out to Miranda. That's my girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was such a sweetheart. So we tried to talk to multiple people and like everyone basically shot me down. So, but you know what though? It's the fact that I tried. It's the fact that I tried. And so I'm sure there's other artists going to other artist shows. I probably don't think about that. So maybe that's a gem for somebody here to like pay attention to the people who are dressing like casually and walking hella fast.
Ooh, look at
pay attention to those people. Especially if they're on their phone, just chill in the back, go talk to them because they're probably they're probably managing that artist or something.
Yeah. What are they looking at their socials? Whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Or they went to a show by themselves.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
It's gotta be right.
It gotta be, man. All right. Well, but speaking of your cell phone, man, that jumps into this next one. Here we go. Take your pick. Lose your house or apartment keys, or lose your cell phone.
Dang. I gotta lose the cell phone. I gotta protect the house at all costs.
Right? What you doing, Lavender?
I would probably lose my cell phone because I've lost my house keys so many times before, and it's like the worst. When you have to like break into your own house, God, it sucks. It sucks. So
Hey,
I'm over
ballpark,
that.
how many times have you lost your house keys?
Well, I used to party a lot, so let's put that into context.
Okay,
When I was
I add
younger,
that in there.
so it's like that. So I mean, God, I could probably say at least 10 to 15 times maybe.
Golly.
I don't know. Yeah, I was obnoxiously not chill. So there's that. I am now though, so it's good. I haven't lost my
Lavender
keys
be
in a
getting
while.
around, yo.
Not like that.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that.
not like that. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, of course.
Let's clarify.
D Money, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta
Oh,
relax.
KJ says, "Well, I guess I'm
We're
crawling through my
alive.
window."
KJ's not gonna lose his phone.
I guess.
I don't
not,
know.
man.
I don't know, man.
It would
So-
be heartbreaking to lose your phone, though.
So first of all, I got 2 phones. So if I lost this one, I wouldn't be so sad. But if I lose this one, I'm gonna be hurt. Okay?
The one with the OtterBox.
But hold on. I say all
More
that to
protected.
say though, replacing either one of those is way more difficult than it is to replace the extra set of house keys that I have or a spare car key that I also have like available. So like I think I'd rather lose my keys and keep my phones because I can use my phones to call people for replacement keys and a locksmith and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to the cellular device personally. But don't come to my house on no bull stuff because I will still be outside, locked out, ready for action. Okay.
Stay ready.
Oh, I've had a couple of moments where I lost my my keys as well, man. So
I mean, ballpark, how many times have you lost your keys?
2 or 3, not as many as
2 or 3.
Lavender. But
Was it 2 or 3? Because now you're narrowing it down like it's not that hard. You know if it's 2 or 3.
I'm gonna put it like this: if you have never Mission Impossible your way into your own house, you're not really living. You're not really living. That's all I'm saying. Like
That's
if you didn't have to like really like scour your house for like how, and then like you're also teaching yourself, okay, this is what the robbers are gonna do. So like this is how I stop them when they come around, because there's only so many ways to get in here, right? So
Right.
You gotta scope at the
you
premises.
should actually really lose your keys more often, is the moral of the story. For home security purposes.
For your health.
Right. Lavender's actually ahead of the game. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I got tons of experience.
As the couple of times that I did lock myself out of the house, I would say I've locked myself out of my car at least 10 times.
Ooh, that one sucks.
At least 10 times.
At least.
I'm
Joe.
close to that, but I don't think I hit 10.
I remember it was so bad that my dad was so frustrated with me. He made one of those key locks and he put it right underneath my wheel. Like, you do this again, it's right underneath your wheel.
I mean,
Okay, didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. KJ says, I've lost my phone 3 to 4 times, lost my keys once, and I was way more upset over the phone being gone. Okay. I see you, KJ.
Yeah. But phones are so replaceable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are keys, though.
You gotta change the lock.
You can go.
You gotta change the
You
lock.
you got to just take in consideration, losing a phone is you're not just losing a phone, you're losing all your photos, you're losing the random lyrics you wrote down, you're losing people's phone numbers, you're losing your calendar.
I guess if you write rhymes, I can see.
You know,
I don't even write that stuff though.
Things
you're losing a lot of stuff. When you lose your keys, you just can't get inside of whatever thing it is until a locksmith gets there. Like, there's a solution.
AAA, yup.
new phone, $700. New keys, $150. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, we got to math. We got to math.
Did you lose it or did someone steal it? Because I know I have so much depressing poetry.
Same with the keys.
That like, I don't want people in there looking at that. Like, that's for me.
They're gonna return it. Like, hey fam, are you cool?
Are you okay? Yeah.
It looks like E Brown looking out for us, man. He says better get that iCloud backup. If you got a phone, then you can save it all. Okay.
That's what I was gonna say, Brown. Like my stuff just be saved.
No, I feel you, but it's like it's a such more strenuous process to get that back though. Like it's hours to get it back. Like a locksmith will get you new keys in 45 minutes, fam. Like it's not that long.
Well, it kind of depends what neighborhood you're living in, but
that's true.
That's true. If you're near a greater city, you know what I'm saying? Like
D-Money in the mix.
Like 2 hours maximum. Like with a phone, it could be 24 hours before you get your new phone replaced, depending on what phone carrier. If they got a SIM card, right? Downloading all your material. Did you back up everything? Did you back
have
up?
insurance?
You know,
Gotta buy a new one.
That's a
we
lot.
have another.
We're on to our last one. Yep, here we go. Last one. Take your pick. This one might ruffle some feathers.
Here we go.
Oh, gosh.
Become addicted to gambling or become addicted to sex.
What if we're already one of these things?
Oh my.
I mean, if you are, you are.
But no, being fiscally responsible, I think I'd much rather be addicted to sex because, like,
what?
Acquire sex for free for sure. Like, you can definitely find free sex.
Cliffhanger.
but like gambling, like my bad. Sex, you can acquire sex for free for sure. If you have a gambling problem, like you're probably losing a lot of money. Like there's a high probability that you're losing a lot of money.
Wait a minute,
you
you
know
can
what I'm saying?
acquire sex for free? What?
Like you're not losing.
Fell in your lap.
My point is, you're not losing money being addicted to sex. That's all I'm saying. Like,
well, I mean, how addicted are you though? I'm thinking, what level of addiction are we talking here? Because
I think if you're addicted, you're definitely spending
moderately, like, or severely. Because I
don't think you have to be necessarily. You don't have to necessarily be spending. You just have to be like, you have to be dealing with the attractiveness level that's of your atmosphere, you know, and be real horny like all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
which can make you irresponsible, but I don't think it's irresponsible. Like people have lost their houses over gambling problems. I don't think they've lost their houses over like sex problems.
Well, actually, I mean, they've lost their families because I actually had somebody in my family that had a sex addiction that did all sorts of heinous, like totally messed up stuff.
Like it was like a heroin addict type stuff. Like they were just doing extreme things.
I feel like sex addiction is some of the nastiest stuff because there's like a real nasty presence there with someone's sex addiction, right? It's like the grimiest, dirtiest thing. With my experience, anyway, having seen it, like
actually, like I actually empathize, and I'm sorry you went through that because now that sounds.
You just made up my mind for me.
Right. Right. That sounded really terrible.
But I also have seen like gambling tear families apart as well.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I mean, E. Brown hits it up right, and he says you're going to both lose money both ways, man. I don't know about getting it for free, man. It's only going to go so far. So
I mean,
the stereotype is like my ethnic background.
Like we gotta keep in mind
easily.
This is 2020. This is 2023, bro. There's like whole communities for stuff like that. Like if you're truly addicted to sex, like you can go have as much sex as necessary.
Well, I mean,
like, I feel like the potential to have a healthy addiction with a sex addiction is higher than having a healthy gambling.
No, we got you. It's possible. Sarey, what you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Sarey?
I would rather, for the last question, I'll just say I would rather lose my keys. I'm gonna just put that out there.
I love it.
No comment.
All back for real.
I'm gonna just put that out there. But I think I would be both of these hold.
Right.
Sorry, not even hold, but hit close to home. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Not for me. Not for me. But I've never had an issue with both. But like, I think I would be addicted to gambling. I would rather do that. I've seen it tear people apart, like more so relationships than family. Which is a valid thing, right? Because I think a lot of relationships, I think it's one of the top 5 reasons in the US people break up because of money or something.
They do.
Yeah,
they do for sure.
But I think I would rather do gambling because I'm not trying to catch nothing. Like
safety first.
Yes, it don't matter how many times. Plus, how do you know if
I think we maybe need to talk about some of these stigmas around sex addiction. Like all it means is that you want to have a lot of sex. It doesn't mean you have to have multiple partners or like anything like that.
Maybe you don't know how addiction works.
But I think the point that I'm trying to get at, why I would rather do gambling, is because I'm just like, you can't really trust people to tell you the truth about like what they got. So like, what if someone was diagnosed with something that's contagious and like you don't know, they're just lying to your face, but you're so addicted, you're kind of just, when you're addicted to something, I don't think you're
not thinking about it.
You're not thinking, or maybe you are thinking, but you don't care about the consequences.
Okay. Let's put it in terms of a substance, right?
Okay.
Like for the most part, people either drink or smoke, right? Maybe a little bit. Some of us here have indulged in some form.
Well,
when you go into those things, you don't just pick up anything, right? We don't just drink anything or smoke anything. We try and get the finer beverages, the Casamigos, the top shelf weed, right? So if you're addicted to sex, you're not just going to be out here.
Where did you make that correlation?
You're going to be getting the top shelf. You're going to be getting top shelf sex, man. Come on.
You smoke weed. You're addicted to sex.
With the paperwork. I need the one with the paperwork. Just like I need the bottle with the stamp. I need
depends on the caliber of the person.
Yes. But what if I'm on a budget?
What if I'm on a budget, yo?
Hello.
You gotta get the working man.
I always tell people, hey, if you on a budget, you ain't supposed to be partying, dog. You got an 8-hour shift in you still if you on a budget.
Oh man,
it's a Parmesan.
We are way over the break, man. But this was really cool getting into a little discussion about sex and gambling edition. Woo! Let's move on, man. We're gonna get to our Who Did It segment, and this is basically a segment where we have looked at both of your past catalogs, Lavender and Sarey Savy, and I have chosen some songs here, and both Patron and Mambo and everybody in the comments is going to tell us who did it. So here we go. Here's our first one. So please don't give it away.
Okay.
It's called Off Limits. So the track is called Off Limits. Was it Lavender or was it Sarey Savy? We'll take a break, let you think about it. Feel free to answer during the break in the comment section. And when we come back, our hosts will answer it, man. So Off Limits, is it Lavender or is it Sarey Savy? We're going to get into this joint before the commercial break, though, from Prince Marley. It's called Start It From the Bottom. It features Boozy Badass. Check it out, man. It's called Started From the Bottom right here. New music from Virginia from Prince Marley. Check it out. Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio, and let us know about who made the track Off Limits. We'll be right back.
Started from the bottom, trying to get to the top. Do this for the fellas, where they all I got. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Started from the bottom, trying to get to the top. Do this for the fellas, where they all I got. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Tryna make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. I told Big Mama I'ma get it, and I swear that I meant it. She deserves some good times from the shit she done witnessed. Ain't your average hood looking to want my family rich. We been broke for so long, this been making me sick. Soon as I get a ticket, I'ma put Dom in the Bentley to make up for all the time she made time to come visit. Remember walking in the store just to steal me some shoes. Can't imagine all the shit in one life I've been through. Up and down like a roller coaster. Nana getting old, time getting short. I'm just trying to make it for it's over. We from the bottom, so you know we had it rough. Big plate, so I need enough. Started from the bottom, trying to get to the top. Do this for the families, where they all I got. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Started from the bottom, trying to get to the top. Do this for the families, where they all I got. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop.
Trying to make a way for my little cousins in the project. If they need food, I'm the one who provide it. First you wouldn't shit me and my little sidekick. Dope dealing couple, me and my little side. Can't stop cause we get it up. This for the ghetto. He died with a lot of money. He got a medal. I started off small time. A little devil. Money in my hand, other hand is a shovel. Promise I would never quit for you. This for the fam. Pray my stick don't jam when I go ham. Started off with ham, it turned the roof Chris. All kind of new shit, riding in that new shit. I'm the
started from the bottom, trying to get to the top. Do this for the families, where they all I got. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Started from the bottom, trying to get to the top. Do this for the families, where they all I got. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop. Trying to make a ways, why I ain't gon' stop.
Yo, it's the Mac, man, and you listening to Fresh Juice, Rainier Ave Radio with D Money, Pint Size Patron, ID Yourself, and OG Mambo. You dig?
Wash your hands, don't touch your face, wipe things down, clean up your space. When you cough and sneeze, do responsibly. If you feel you're getting ill, isolate at home and chill. No, you're not alone. Please pick up your phone and call 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Health 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Health Community Radio Station will provide you with more information. Say Rainier Avenue Radio. Your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Welcome to the Fitness Corner. I'm your host, Mark Bryant, and you're going to get a whole total body workout on my show, starting off with a warm-up, aerobics, strength training, cool down, and stretching. every Friday from 11:30 to 12 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hey, this is Tony Benton of Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. We're asking you to make a difference and invest in our independent organization so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love. We need your help. We're kicking off our summer campaign to support Rainier Avenue Radio. From now until August 1st, we're asking you to make a gift in support of our work. Your collective contribution support programs like Call to Conscience Museum, Make Music Day, our summer youth classes, and our generational wealth campaign. Go to RainierAvenueRadio.world and click Donate to make a gift. Thank you for partnering with us to amplify diverse voices in our community.
Greetings, Dow Tribe. It's your boy King Dow, and you're listening to Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio with D Money, Pint Size Patron, IDYourself, and OG Mambo. Tune in, love.
Never been a type to fall in line. You can try, but you won't hold me down. Never been the type of guy to go in blind, but I can't stick around. Now there was a time our love was strong, as a time flew by, it all went wrong, and it got too hard to keep on holding on. You say that I'm the reason why the love is gone, 'cause I'm a bad guy, yeah. But you stay covering up all of your lies, 'cause I was good to you, but now I'm ready to let you fall behind. Spent those years ignoring what I said. All my friends, they agree you're no good. I'd rather sleep alone and get you out my head. Can't deny how I feel, you're no good, no. There was a time when love was strong, as the time flew by, it all went wrong, and it got too hard to keep on holding on. You say that I'm the reason why the love is gone, 'cause I'm a bad guy, yeah. But you stay covering up all of your lies, 'cause I was good to you, but now I'm ready to let you fall behind. Yes, I'm a bad guy, even when I'm up, don't try. I'm sorry that you're offended, I keep it real, no pretending. These teachers, they fraudulent, I'ma call like a this, stay vigilant. Stop running 'cause you know you ain't innocent. If you got a problem, then I'm in this shit, so you better stop testing me. Go and find somebody else with the energy, 'cause I ain't the only one that's looking up. You say real, but you will never tell the truth enough. Okay, you stay mad, I stay focused on the stat. You stay shitting on my shit, means you can't buy the things I have. 'Cause I'm a bad guy, yeah. But you stay covering up all of your lies, 'cause I was good to you, but now I'm ready to let you fall behind. Yes, I'm a bad guy, even when I don't try.
Yeah, man, he's a bad guy. Sarey Savy on that track right there. Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Is that a diss track?
What was that?
Is that a diss track?
It is. It actually is.
The last line was, "You can't buy the beats that I have."
You can't buy the things that I have.
Okay. You were just telling me you make beat, you produce.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just stayed up
That's
telling them,
true.
"Hey, not for sale."
That's wild, yo.
I like the track that I.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Breaker Boogie is what it's called right there.
Yes.
Off
Yeah,
of the
I was
album.
bopping that whole time listening to yours.
Oh, thank you.
We'll definitely get into that for sure.
He makes beats, by the way.
KJ says, "I love the party music." Yes. Okay. I see you. Good stuff. Okay, let's resolve our first Who Did It, yo. Off Limits is the name of the track.
I'm going with Lavender, man.
We're going with Lavender? Okay. What you doing, Patron?
I'm gonna go with Lavender.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Just from what I heard from Sarey's music, I don't think he'd make a song called "Off Limits."
Okay. Okay.
You never know.
You never know.
It's all on the table, at least musically.
So it looks like we got a clean sweep here because here in the comments, KJ Grant and Emmanuel Brown are both also going with Lavender. So Off Limits, Lavender. Let's see. Is that the correct answer? That's right. Lavender made Off Limits, yo. Everyone gets a point.
Okay, tough competition.
So tell me about that Off Limits. What's that about?
So the song is about when someone won't stop trying to go after your person and they're off limits essentially. So the chorus is like, don't touch.
I love that.
Man's off limits. Produced by one of my close friends, Cedric, who he goes by DJ Nemo with 2 eyes. Very dope producer. He lives in Montreal right now.
I feel it, man. I feel it.
What do you do when somebody does that?
Well, in the song, I talk about how sometimes because like I used to fight, and so of course I'd be a little on edge. Plus, I'm an Aries, so you know it's the planet of war.
You're an Aries.
But I am. But like now I'm pretty zen, so that was like to get my anger out. So usually I would just tell them to stop.
Okay,
so just stop.
Don't do that.
Like you need to not do that anymore.
Yeah, like, of course it's sassy and rude, but
with the hand signal, I love it, man. So we mentioned this at the beginning, Sarey. KSC no longer together. The three of you, Emmanuel Brown, Sarey Savy, King Dow, no longer not a threesome. I mean, what do you call 3 artists?
A lot of people called us a group.
A trio.
Trio.
You know,
trio. Yes. Thank you.
Not a threesome.
The sex and gambling got hit.
It's going to stay in my head.
Either way, you lose money.
Yeah,
I know, right? But yeah, so tell me about KSC.
Yeah. So 3 guys who got together to do hip hop, R&B, pop type music. It was mostly R&B and hip hop and rap, I would say, actually. Because I grew up on like the legends. I grew up on Timbaland. I grew up on Missy Elliott, Aaliyah. Those are the people that I look up to, which is kind of crazy because then you listen to my music and you're like, what? But so I had this idea. Mind you, I met Emmanuel at like a show. I met him at the Columbia City Theater show, actually. So we did a show there together, and then I met him. We followed each other on Instagram for a hot minute. Didn't really talk that much. And then eventually, you know, he hit me up. We started talking. And I remember one time I came into a live that he was doing with King. And I didn't know who King was at the time, and introduced me to him or whatever. And then we just started having a conversation about doing music together, hopped off of the Instagram live they did, and then we hopped on like a Zoom call. And I showed them the song that we did that we released, I don't even know when, like January 2020. It's called Expensive. And so
I remember that.
Yeah, so we released that, which was also produced by me. And then, you know, I wanted to do like a group thing. And they didn't at the time. Because of a variety of different reasons. I think it's difficult to get 3 people together who all have different creative like visions, I guess you could say. Or just like, yeah, creative freedom is a big thing for any artist, right? So you want to keep that to yourself. But then like sometime in the summer, so that was like in January. So like in June, like the beginning of summer, I brought up the idea again because they were like, you know, we could talk about it later. And then they were on board and we were hitting the studio like at least, I don't know, once a month, maybe from June until November of 20. I'm not going to even guess with the dates. But we started going to the studio and I produced like 4 of the 7 tracks because I also like, I make beats and it wasn't something that I necessarily thought I was going to be doing for the project, but I also was like, you know what, why outsource this when I could just do it? You know? So then Yeah, we did Expensive. And the other part too is that I produce Expensive. So I was like, we might as well just go with me. And so I ended up producing, you know, some other songs like You Fake AF.
Right.
We did why do I not even remember my own songs? Pain and Pleasure, Issues, and there was one more. No, that was it. Sorry. That was it. And then 90s R&B and Pray and Moves was produced by somebody else. We couldn't by the end of it, I was like, we were all working on our own projects while we were doing this.
Yeah.
And so I didn't necessarily have the capacity to be able to produce more, but I wanted to continue to do this. And so we ended up just outsourcing it to Kid Ocean, who's on BeatStars. Shout out to Kid Ocean. And we kind of came up with this structure because we were like, there's three of us. How are we going to decide which beats to choose and da-da-da-da? And what ended up happening is everyone chose their top 5, and then we got together and voted on the best one that each person chose. And that's how we came up with the last 3 songs. Yeah. And then we did our last show on, I want to say in August. So we did our last show in August just last year, and then we went our own separate ways. And, you know, what's crazy is a lot of people who went to that show, the last KSC show, it was their first time seeing us together. And so like people were like, you're already breaking up. And this is like my first concert, but we knew it was coming. We already planned it. Like we knew we were going to stop in August, 2 years down the road.
Yeah.
And we also didn't want any bad blood between us because I've seen groups time and time again. We've all seen groups time and time again.
Definitely.
That like break up and try to lie to the media and be like, everything's all good, but won't even look at each other when they're at the same award show. And so like, I didn't want that to happen. And so that's why I was like, we need to talk about like, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? Like, how do we make sure that we got each other? You know? And so we just mutually agreed to go our separate ways after we released the 90s R&B music video. And since then, people still talk about it. People still stream it. It was the first time people had heard about me because prior to doing that, I was doing record label stuff in Europe. So like primarily I like do record label work. So like writing for other artists, releasing songs with record labels. And so that was the first time people in Seattle had actually heard of me was through that because King and Emmanuel already had like a following here.
Right.
And so, but yeah, so we just separated and then, you know, like we all, you know, we gained a really solid fan base. And so like, now I'm just we're all going different directions. But I think Emmanuel still kind of sticks to that like R&B tone of KSC. King, you know, he calls his music genre transcending. So,
Yes. Yeah.
And time again, I'm just like, okay, like whatever that means. So like, but like, that's how we joke with each other. Like a lot of people don't get it, but it's very dark humor. And we give each other a hard time a lot. And I obviously, as you heard, decided to go the pop route. And I was very nervous about that because people love it when I do R&B. Like people are like, you fit in R&B like style, like your voice is soft or whatever. And it makes sense because of my influences. But in the end, like I just feel so much more inspired by pop music recently than I do with R&B. I feel like there's a lot of great artists out there, but I guess I haven't heard an artist that has really captivated me to want to go back to doing R&B again. And so that's kind of my thing. I feel like I've been hearing more pop artists that are like, I want to do that type of music. And so, but there's so many talented R&B artists out there though.
I was gonna ask, do you think working with E Brown and King Dow, do you think that made your raps better?
My raps better. I don't even consider. Okay, I know this is gonna sound crazy.
You threw a verse at the end of the last one.
I know. I don't consider myself a rapper. I don't. Funny story. The only reason why I did it in the first place was because nobody wanted to feature on my songs. Nobody wanted to rap on my songs. Back in the day. So I just picked it up myself. Okay. Because I was just like, if nobody's gonna give me a chance, I'm gonna give myself a chance.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? You know, right? If they don't give you a seat at the table, you bring your own chair. Like what?
Respect that.
So yeah, I started doing that. And I just like I feel like working with Emmanuel has made me a better rapper. I guess I don't consider myself
it's a real thing.
I know, but I don't consider myself a rapper because I would never have the balls to like go on a radio show and freestyle. Like
a lot of R&B singers are getting them off though.
Yeah, they are for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
They definitely made my writing better in the more hip hop R&B, because I think every genre has a different type of formula. Like,
That's true.
I mean, I hate to get technical because music is music, but like, you know, a lot of music today has a structure, a formula that everyone kind of sticks to, right? And so, but I also, you know, they told me that I made their singing better because I'm primarily a singer first, before anything else. So I think we kind of helped each other a lot. We helped each other a lot.
I kind of want to jump on this comment from KJ, where he's basically saying it's sad to say that R&B is going out of style. Pop is coming back. I love both. I'm down for whichever road you decide to go down. But do you see yourself going towards that pop direction artistically, or are you doing that because you think more people would like your music?
Well, it was a risk to do pop music. No, actually, it was a risk to do R&B music because I was already building a huge following online across seas. Nobody here knows me. Like, no one, and I don't think anyone cares about me here yet.
There are at least two people in this room that do.
So, I mean, let me rephrase that before people come. Like,
what places overseas were you doing work in business specifically?
It's mostly Italy. So
Italy, okay.
So I kind of work with labels all over Europe. But I don't want to seem ungrateful, but the reality is that people here just don't know me yet, right? And that's not a them problem, that's a me problem, because that means I'm not working hard enough for them to know me. At least that's the way I look at it, because we have so many opportunities here in Seattle.
Do you have any credits that you can share, or some of them labels that you tapped in with that you can shout out?
Yeah, like I worked with so like I did a song called Games, and it was with this group of producers, so Chris River and Parts, shout out to them. And it was a house song, and at first I didn't want to do it, but at that point I kind of wanted to give up music because it was like 10 years in the making, and I just feel like I wasn't getting anywhere. But I did that song, and then literally like the day after it was released, like radio DJs were like tagging me, and we're playing your song on the air tomorrow at this time. And then so like I went on my phone and I tried to like figure out the time difference so I could like stay up and watch it. And I was in shock because they played my song on TV at a stadium. So they played it at a stadium.
They played
beautiful.
Yeah, and they play here on Rainier. So
yeah. So that was amazing. So seeing that, and then like 3 months later, like Sony and Warner tried to sign me, and I said no to
Let's
both.
go.
So, yeah.
Let's get
man, we
into that.
believe you,
Why did
man.
you say
You ain't got to prove nothing to us.
Why did you say no to Sony and Warner?
I don't want to make this about me because we have a beautiful person named Lavender who's also in the room.
This first section is all about you. Lavender's gonna get her time too, for sure. Don't worry.
And you were talking about doing international plays, man. Canada is a market that you could definitely tap into.
Yeah, I mean, I do work with a co-producer who I think he's somewhere in Canada. I think it's Toronto.
What type of deal were they talking? What made you turn it down?
Well, I turned it down because it was just such a horrible.
Was it distribution? Was it a label deal?
It was a label deal. So it wasn't a 360 deal. It was a traditional label deal where they wanted me to deliver a certain number of albums in like a very short amount of time. And like they were offering, I don't even know if I should be. I mean, but whatever.
Oh man, we believe you, man. Actually, forward us the contract. Though. We want to see.
But no, like respectfully, like I enjoy label game as a hustle. People don't understand the label game as a hustle.
Yes.
People think being independent is difficult. I actually know both sides. I would say being signed is even more difficult than being independent.
Oof.
And I know some people might give me some flack for that, but I think it's difficult because if you mess up, you're messing up everyone else's bag. And so
that's real.
Yeah, your mess up.
It's a responsibility.
Yeah. And so I was thinking about like the deal, and I talked about it with a lawyer.
That's that boss talk, man.
Yeah. And he, my lawyer was just like, I mean, new artists get bad deals all the time.
Yes, very true. Very true.
And he was like, the best thing for you to do is, he was like, I mean, obviously, right? He's just there to give me advice. He's not going to tell me what to do, but he was just like, I mean, if you do it, just understand that you're getting a really bad deal. And he was like, I would really recommend you think about if it's worth putting yourself through a label trap that you hear about all the time, where it's like, you're a new artist. Like, what are the chances of you actually realistically, because they're, you know, Warner, like Sony, right? All these big labels, they have these big labels that a lot of artists are signed to, but out of how many of those artists do you actually know? Right?
They just tie you down, keep you out the competition.
Exactly. So I think they were trying to get ahead of the curve, because at the time, you know, like I was doing the stuff with the Italian label and then things were going up. And I think they were trying to get ahead of the curve and making sure that they secured me first before anyone else did. And I just wasn't going to have that with the deal that they were providing me, and they weren't open to negotiating anything. They kind of was just like, you know, you should be grateful. And I'm just like, okay, well, I was just like, bye. You know, I was just like,
don't ever tell me to be grateful.
Yeah, like like I just want artists to remember that labels are nothing without the artist. Like, so what are we talking about here? Like, as much as I still work with labels, but like, the thing is that I don't work with labels as a signed artist. Like, I work with them on like a single deal basis. So I will give them one song and one song only. But they don't own the masters to my songs. So I license it to them, which is something a lot of artists should know about when you sign deals. Like, you should sign licenses. Do not let the label own your master. That's just, you know, we can get into that, but yeah, that's why I said no. And I continued to work with the label. And then the label, like, they got really comfortable at one point, because we had done like 5 songs together that were doing great. And they were still building, and that exposure from the song we did got them more artists and more exposure. They were getting in the newspaper now and stuff like that, stuff that they hadn't done before. And so, like, I'm really proud of that, because I feel like it was a collaborative effort where we both put each other on, you know?
For sure.
And it was very mutual. And then they got really comfortable, and then we started having differences, and the differences got really personal for them. Yeah, you know, typical like label, like, you need to listen to me because I know what's right. And then I was just like, okay, I gotta go. Peace. And then the next month we dropped You Fake AF, and then we were featured on like Spotify editorial playlists.
That wasn't a slight towards the label.
It might could be, but
it
is what it is.
I mean,
but you released the record with the label?
No, so the You Fake AF song, I did it on my own with Emmanuel and King.
Word.
Yeah, so I did that. Oh,
okay.
I knew it was coming. Like, months before I did the last song with the label, like, we just kept butting heads. And so I was just like, I have to prepare myself. You know, like, I'm not gonna have the same budget no more. I'm probably not gonna have the same relationships anymore. Like, these people are probably not gonna like me no more, because I'm standing up for what I believe in, and it's not like in their agenda, you know? And so, you know, they had this idea that I was gonna be this person. And it got to the point where they started to like analyze like what I would be posting and be like, you should take this down or take that down. And I was just like, you know, I don't know how certain artists do it, but like, I can't, like, it's crazy, because I feel like there's all this, I just feel like we're just living in a different time, and people should
because you had a contract with them. That's why they were trying to like jump in a little bit.
Yeah, we were getting there. We were definitely getting there. Like, before I left them, because they didn't drop me. I left them.
The Sony in Italy?
No. This is an independent label.
Okay.
Yeah, different label. They basically were trying to build up my resume to be able to pitch me to major labels, to be able to get me a better deal. So that's what they were trying to do.
Is this locally based?
No. It's based in Italy.
Make sure you let Mambo go over your next contract.
Yeah, but make sure you do that.
He'll make sure you don't get any misprints.
Right.
Well, let's go ahead and get to our show and tell portion of the show. Actually, both of y'all have big shows coming up. Actually, Sarey actually has a show coming up here at the High Dive.
Hey,
I'm so excited. Yes, me and these are actually my chosen family. So yeah, Mosaic, King Dow, Emmanuel Brown, Keontae. We're going to be performing at the High Dive July 15th. Doors open at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20 pre-sale. That's literally 10 days from now. And 25 days, $25 a day of the show. And it's my first time headlining in Seattle. So
Well, good luck for sure.
That's a nice spot, too,
Congratulations.
man.
Yeah.
Well, that's one. That's
Congratulations
one way to
on
get
that,
people to
man.
know you.
I have to give it up to them. They were very adamant about having me headline.
Let's go.
Yeah, because they were like, we need more gay artists on stage outside
Okay.
of Pride Month.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, so
Represent.
yeah. So they were like, you got to do it. And so we talked to the venue and here we are.
Hey, that's
So-
what's up. That's what's up. Now, Lavender here has her release show coming up here. Got quite a little bill going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the bill, a lot of different genres as well, like alternative and a little bit of like EDM, and then we have some hardcore rap, and then with like Tachichi and I's album, and then we've got a little bit of like lighter kind of like poppy rap as well. So a lot going on, 90s R&B and stuff like that. So yeah, finally get to perform our LP live for everyone.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a dope flyer, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Ghetto Socks made it.
Ghetto Socks.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Ghetto Socks.
Yeah,
He likes that.
He makes like all of our. He's really good at graphic design, so we always hit him up, and he makes something dope. He also made the album art for us for our LP.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think we had Azrael Raps Good a few weeks back, and he worked with Ghetto Socks on his stuff as well.
That's why I
too.
heard that
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I remember that name.
Great artist.
Also here in Seattle, every Friday it's going down. We're in the summertime, so of course it is Fremont Fridays.
Fremont Friday, man. Come tap in. You know, we're going to have a fresh lineup for you. I have been officially named the resident host / DJ too. So I'll be curating vibrations for y'all every Friday, man. So pop out, man. Come lock in. I'm not sure who we got headlining this Friday, but I know it's going to be a special one because we're going to have a good mix of hip hop, folk, and a couple other genres flavored in there too. So don't miss out, man.
You got to get Sarey on there, man. So
What?
you got to get down with the Fremont Fridays. They do open mics.
Yeah, man, for sure. All you got to do is pull up and lock in with the community. That's the biggest step. We're gonna get Lavender. We're gonna get Lavender down here too.
I would love that.
Gotta do. And Rainier Avenue Radio is in the middle of a fundraising drive. It's our summer campaign. And Rainier Avenue Radio is a people-oriented media outlet dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our community. We're asking you to make a difference and invest in our independent organization so that we can continue to enrich our community through the programs that you love, like Fresh Juice. We're kicking off our summer campaign in Rainier Avenue Radio now until August 1st. We're asking you to make a gift in support of our work. Just go to RainierAvenueRadio.world. You'll see a screen like that on the screen. Click donate, make a gift. Every gift matters. Working to raise the resources needed to fund our programming. All right, let's get to our second Who Did It? And this one is called Lifting Illusion. Lifting Illusion. Ooh.
I think I know already, but we'll see after the break.
Yes, sir. Y'all in the comments, keep it hot. Feel free to answer during the break. Lifting Illusion is what it's called. We will get the answer after the break, but right now we have a world premiere to get to.
Let's go.
We haven't had this group
of
we haven't had this group of girls come on in a while, but Femme Deadly Venoms out of the Bay Area.
Hey! That's the homegirls for real, man.
Yes, they have a new track that'll be dropping on Friday, but it's world premiering right now on Fresh Juice. It's called My Witches. Check it out.
Lavender. I'll make sure you guys connect. You guys would totally vibe though, for sure.
Please, okay.
Like for sure. That's like definitely a connection.
I already love the album art and the name, so.
Yeah, Femme Deadly Venoms out of the Bay. This is a world premiere of their track. They haven't played it online or in person anywhere yet.
Rules.
Here we go. My Witches. It'll be dropping on Friday. And before we play the track and we go to our break, they have prepared a special message to share with you. So feel free right here to enjoy this one from Femme Deadly Venoms, My Witches, world premiere, Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hey, what's good? It's your main fam, I Am the Dreamer. What's good? It's Lady Fingers. Hey, it's Breathless of the Femme Deadly Venoms crew. A Femme Deadly Venoms. Femme Deadly Venoms. We just dropped a single entitled My Witches.
My Witches?
My Witches.
It's a femme summer anthem, yo.
We're casting spells for our future selves. Call in what you need to call in. Big shout out to Seattle Radio and Fresh Juice Broadcast for premiering our single, It's Giving You All the witchy vibes. You're hearing it here first. This Friday, July 7th, it'll be available on all streaming platforms.
Let's tap into that inner magic, babe.
Timeline spiral portal open with the spell cast. We the keepers of the ancient future, present, and past, bringing into fruition everything we ever asked. Power take back, bring it forward on the forecast. Catch us in the street, rolling deep with one another. Collective energy, sky god, earth mother. Talk of feminine with the swish, give them shivers. Walking medicine, we the gift of life givers. Brew hex kiss, ritualists, alchemists. Lips we shift, we resist to coexist. As if we planned it, grand design with the twist, bow down to our magic. My witches is magic, my femmes go so hard. You imitators are tragic, best stay in your yard. These venoms are so poisonous, you want some, you ravenous. You say you want that good, but the truth is you can't handle us. You say you want that good, you can't handle us. Say you want that good, you can't handle us. You say you want that good, you can't handle us. You can't.
Multiplied in the moment, the miracle of form, inherent intelligence of every human born. Souls cutting paths, crisscross future past, conjuring our purpose. My witches got my back, written in the spiral double helix DNA. Spells in our blood, we remember where we come from. That's my witch. What? Backbone. Got a soul stronger than steel, don't touch. Catch these hands, or to light it up. From the flames we were burned, we have been reborn. Save the name, survive the fam. Casting spells, got the power within.
My witches is magic, my femmes go so hard. You imitators are tragic, best stay in your yard. These venoms are so poisonous, you want some, you ravenous. You say you want that good, but the truth is you can't handle us. You say you want that good, you can't handle us. Say you want that good, you can't handle us. You say you want that good, you can't handle us. That good. One thing about my magic now, it doesn't die. One thing about my witches, yeah, we're gonna fly. One thing about my magic now, it doesn't die. One thing about my witches, yeah, we're gonna fly.
Calling all forces, earth, wind, fire, water. Then all forms combine, birthing a flyer daughter. The cosmos conspire these offerings, manifesting from whence all of my witches sing. These pretty incantations, sipping them libations, applying calculations to these herbal affirmations. Fem deadly combinations, giving honor to my coven, speaking declarations of alchemic divinations. Ashe, so mote it be, invoking dreams like golden beams, casting spells that dwell in conjuring sacred geometry. Yep, the flower of life, we got the power in I, ancestral power inside. Hoodoo, a tidal wave, rave, all for the ride. She true blue, got the charm back, all for the tribe. Set my intentions on the altar, never falter. Witches brewing up the cauldron. Let's go.
My witches is magic, my femme go so hard. You imitators are tragic, best stay in your yard. These venoms are so poisonous, you want some, you ravenous. You say you want that good, but the truth is you can't handle us. You say you want that good, you can't handle us.
Hey, this is Billy Get Paid. And if you're looking for some fresh juice, tap into Rainier Avenue Radio with D Money, Pint Size Patron, IDYourself, and OG Mambo. Knock them down like Rambo. Come on.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities,
and this is what they had to say.
For me, generational wealth is passed down knowledge from relatives or any family members, or even like any ancestral people that have come before you.
It's your brother.
Used to help you progress in the times that you're living in. So I think it is very updated. It's very current. It is existing in real time. So any type of knowledge or resources from people who are here living now, being able to provide that information and pass it down from generation to generation, how you maintain the wealth. That's what it means to me.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio .World.
Create your generational wealth for you, and the future of your families.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Queen Bree, inviting you to come join me on Clean Greens Living. Broadcasted Tuesdays, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. On Clean Greens Living, we talk farming, community, and ways to being healthy. So come join me and let's discuss ways to create a healthier you and a healthier community.
Mga kaibigan, ito po si Kuya Bert Kawili.
And this is Miles Salvador from Australia.
And I'm Norb Kawili, also known as Norbcam. Kung gusto niyo po ang latest news and events from the Philippines at the local Filipino community, Phil-Am Radio po.
We play Filipino music and interview guests from all around the world.
And I'll keep you updated on the latest Seahawks and sports news. Kaya always tune in, Phil-Am Radio, every Tuesday, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And in YouTube and Facebook. Salamat po.
Atlantic Street Center has been serving the children, youth, and families of the Seattle-King County area since 1910. We partner with families and communities to raise healthy, successful children and youth through services including counseling, early learning, youth development, domestic violence, and education support for school-aged children. Committed to serving the African-American community, Atlantic Street Center provides services and support for all marginalized people. Learn more at AtlanticStreetCenter.org.
Hey, it's Blue Sky. You're listening to Fresh Juice on Seattle's Rainier Avenue Radio with the juice pack of D-Money, Pint Size Patron, IDYourself, and OG Mambo.
I'm tired of all these fake rappers claiming to be about it, just some fake rappers saying they pull my card, man. I know that you won't. Trying to flash all your shit, and I know that you broke, and you don't even smoke. But your motto say hi, singing I'm like Wiz Khalifa and Sue Lyons, my guy. You're an adult who smokes vapes and buys fake juice. That's embarrassing. I mean, need I say more? Bet you go out and cheat on your wife. Tell her you never ever heard her smash a random last night. No condom, no cap, act sweet, just a tap, singing shit like wish my wife had a rap like that. Have some decency, you rookie. If you lack integrity, I don't respect what you do. Get it together, yeah, I'm talking to the crown of you. We need kings and queens for the children and the youth. Ain't that hard, just keep playing your part. If you acting like a dumb, I'ma rip you apart. How come nobody knows how to act right? You get respect from very few, it's a sickening sight. And ladies, if your man pays all the bills, supplies the meals, and you use them and abuse them for sex and for pills, well, you disgust me. What is love? I see the lack of self-respect is immense. Take offense, you a sucker. That's what suckers do. Said word to a sucker, fool a sucker. Word to a sucker trick. You ain't got nothing going on, you little sucker.
Just gon' learn them. This'll be my masterpiece, the Master Chief. Hand of juice beggars has-handedly. We drinking everybody nerds, rock thick glasses, even thicker axes. Nova Scotia classic. Drop it like a pair of scissors, see if you can catch it. The wizard and the wish, yeah. Me and Lab get after it. Grim Reaper speak, yeah, deeper than a baritone. And we keep beats on their neck like a herringbone. You the type of sucker who can't wait to spill the tea. I was born in hot water, I'm a true OG. Low key, flip your chick online like a bird. We don't want no pictures and she don't want no herds. Extraordinary siblings in the league you never heard. Extraordinary givers to the rimmers with the words. With precision, I am living proof. Bars don't die or don't lie. It don't matter, God's gon' cry. We
You a
pray.
sucker. That's what suckers do. Said word to a sucker, fool sucker. Word to a sucker trick. You ain't got nothing going on, you little sucker. So, I bet you don't know nothing. Talking all that shit like you about something. I know you judge people based on the way they look. The color of their skin, you an open book. And, well, you got no life and no sense. The SE or the C, man, it just depends. And you talk shit about your best friend, say you love them, but the first to laugh at their expense. Well, that behavior is disgusting. Can't be around people like that, cause they frontin'. You was with the smoke then, so say it to my face. And I know that you won't, cause I put you in your place. Just face the facts, most of you whack. Your social media just a fake rep of what you lack. I try to be chill, and I try to be cool, but how you lie to my face and then treat me like a fool. This a rule, don't play games with me, you be provoking. The attitude that you got will look out, be choking. That's a dangerous game, put respect on my name, or from speaking refrain. No, I ain't intimidated by the names you drop, or the click you claim. Am I supposed to bow down cause you spittin' game? Suck this long like I come from Nantucket. Hey, you a sucker, that's what suckers do. Said word to a sucker, fool a sucker. Word to a sucker trick. You ain't got nothing going on, you little sucker.
Hey, you ain't a sucker if you listen to Fresh Juice. That's
Talk
for sure.
to these suckers, man.
Talk
Somebody's
to
got to
these
talk to them.
suckers,
I can't do it.
Lavender and
Y'all do it,
Tachichi
man.
right there.
You a
Fresh
sucker.
Juice.
Love the
Off
chorus
of,
in
the
that.
album Found Money. Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio.
That's a great hook.
That's right.
I,
Thank
I,
you.
I hope you take it as a compliment when I say it, but your tone and delivery is likened to my big sis Ladybug Mecca from Diggable Planets. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I do take that as a compliment, and I've heard that a lot of times. Actually, people do compare me to her often, to Ladybug. So.
Yeah, nah, like
Thank you.
that's one of my Diggable Planets in general is one of like my mentor groups. So I grew up touring with him, moving around with him.
Cool.
So
Wow.
yeah, for sure. So your tone, I'll stamp that for sure. You're doing it the
you.
right way though. You got your own flavor to it and be talking your own stuff, but nah, like that was hard. I like that record a lot.
I appreciate it.
Let's definitely get into it, but before that, let's resolve this. Who did it? Lifting Illusion is the name of the track.
Man, I'm gonna go with Lavender again, man.
Going
Like
with Lavender
based
again?
on that flow, delivery, and pattern, this title sounds like something you tell a sucker. You know what I mean? You gotta lift that illusion off your eyes.
Well, I mean, I think Sarey could do this one as well, man. You know, Sarey's always, especially with that track right there. He's the bad guy. He's lifting that illusion, you know.
That that is true. That is true. I'll let Patron go ahead. Who you got?
Well, I hate to be the grammar police, but that's not lifting illusion. That's lifting illusion. And I'm gonna go with Sarey. I'm gonna go with Sarey on that one, man. It sounds like a thought out title.
Okay. All right. And it looks like KJ is also going with Sarey. So we got Patron and KJ on Sarey and Mambo on Lavender. All right. So is Lifting Illusion made by Sarey Savy? Nope. It's made by Lavender.
There is.
Looks like I ain't no sucker.
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, that sucks, man. We gotta hold it.
I had to double check about the spelling because there is one typo in that album actually, but it's not that one. So.
Oh, word.
That was someone else that time, but
It's a different L.
Right. Okay, so Lifting Illusion. What was the illusion that you were lifting in that joint?
that one is about it was kind of like it's a darker one because I used to write a lot of dark stuff, which I still do because that's just who I am as a person. But in that scene, it's about someone who tries to attack a girl as she's walking home. Yeah, and she gets her revenge by like just beating the crap out of the attacker.
Oh, that's that girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, I actually haven't seen that full movie, but I know
movie.
it's iconic.
If
It's
you like
long,
Alpha
right?
Dog, that's even crazy.
Googling spoilers already.
Well, what's that game behind you? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, these are mostly tarot cards, but I have what do you mean here. And
Oh yeah, and I gotta ask the question. What did you think about Femme Deadly Venoms?
oh my god, loved them. I immediately followed them on the break. So
word,
yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Let them know we sent you, like, and then they'll treat you like family for sure. Let them know I was on Fresh Juice. I heard you.
Okay.
We're friends now. It's official.
Everything they said really resonated with me. They were speaking the facts of basically how I live my life. So automatically I was like, yep.
Well, I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I like to think I know people pretty well, and based on the short conversation we had, I was like, I think your energy fits this energy that I've also seen. It's familiar. I feel like you guys could hang out. Maybe wouldn't be besties, but you could for sure hang out and would be okay.
All right, Mambo, I'll give you a pat on the back. Pat him up. All right. Anyway, Lavender, you got the album out, Found Money, with Tachichi. And tell us.
Have you done a lot of collaborated projects?
I have, yeah. So Well, actually, no, they've mostly been solo, but I typically work with like one producer and we do a collaborative project that way where they will make all the beats for me and then I
Right.
will actually do the rapping. But this is my first like collaboration project with another artist, and Tachichi has been like a mentor for me throughout my entire rap career. So this has been really nice. We finally have a project out together. And I'm really proud of it. And the song Suckas actually I wrote like 3 years ago. And it was
Wow.
a surprise ad on the album, which I didn't know because I felt like my verses were kind of corny on that. And so I probably would have asked them if we could change them, but we just put it out. I'm trying to get over that, like, you make your art, people like it.
No, I get it.
It
I
is
get
what
it though. When you hear it back, you're like, this
Yeah.
is almost what I wanted to say, but like.
I would have definitely done it differently, and it's funny because I'm literally smoking a vape right now, and I like dissed that, and that was like a few years ago, and now here I am. So
Just let it loose.
Anyone
Yeah.
who smokes vapes, you a sucker. And
Yeah,
you're just like,
loser. And then I'm like, but listen, this Coco's got a hold on me. So
I like how the duo is named after you both, like just Lavender and Tachichi. Like
Yeah.
instead of later on when you make songs by yourself and like I'm the girl from
right, yes.
Was that a conscious decision?
Well, yeah, because we're both separate artists, so we came together. We're both part of Sipset, which is the group that him and Ghetto Socks started, and so it's kind of like just like a friend rappers kind of thing who will put
no,
stuff
that
out,
makes
throw events,
it's a
and-
collective.
Yeah, it's a collective, yeah.
Standard rap stuff. You got to have a crew.
Exactly.
Gotta have a
So,
crew for sure.
Yeah, so we're separate entities, and we just came together to just rock out on some tracks and had a good time. And yeah, I'm just happy to have it out because I feel like I haven't released a project in a while, so and I have a few more coming. So
It's just easier when you got someone doing half the work.
well,
Right.
yeah, it went by quickly. It went by quickly.
I'm definitely
What's up?
interested to hear about the tomorrow, but I'm also really curious about the yesterday. How'd you get into music and creativity and being able to share? Because what the music you create isn't really focused on like a pop culture. It sounds like you just want to say the truth. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm picking up. Like you just you thought it, you felt it, whether it was you don't like vapes at that moment or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
And then you just let it go out. So how did you get to that point? I know you talked about having poetry and stuff like that. So how do we transfer from the poetry into lyricism, or which one came first? Or just start us off.
Probably. So my grandfather, when I was younger, he would always encourage me to like sing and stuff, and they always would be like, "Oh, you're gonna be on Canadian Idol and all this stuff," and he would always like force me to sing for the family, like even if I didn't want to.
That's a
So
big thing.
yeah, like it kind of got me started in that sense, and then I did a lot of public speaking when I was younger as well because I did stuff with the Boys and Girls Club. Like I was a face for the United Way, and I always kind of had been speaking or doing things in the public eye since I was young in that sense.
That's hard.
Yeah, like I got used to doing that at a young age. And
Did
then
it come natural to you, or you just had to build up into it?
I feel like I had to build up into it because I definitely have a penchant for being pretty awkward at times. So that definitely happened many times before I got to a space where I felt comfortable enough. But it's all about the trial and error and stuff like that. But
People love that awkwardness too sometimes.
I was actually just gonna say that like there's a couple types of awkward. You have like a palatable. You have a palatable awkward. Like there's a you on TV a lot. You know what I mean? That character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, exactly. So I didn't mind that. I did my time in that area, and now I find that it's easier for me to speak and relay the messages that I want to relate in music. And really, it's just like I like to talk. On my report cards, it was always like talking too much or needs to pay more attention. So that just came naturally to me, and I also like spreading knowledge. And like you said about the truth, I was actually just telling a friend of mine tonight, I was talking about how I have this like insatiable desire for like universal truths and like finding that out. So I like to, and like how as you go through your life as an artist, whatever phase you're in or whatever time you're in at that point, that'll be what you create. And that's kind of just what I follow. Like I don't really have a game plan. I just go in and create whatever it is that comes out at the time. And I just do it that way and
let it be. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did the first song come about? Was it like, yeah, who jumped you in? What did it take? Like, for me, it was my cousin was a producer and had a microphone. So I already kind of like freestyle, did poetry. So there was a microphone there. So he kind of got pulled me into it. How did you get pulled into where you heard yourself for the first time? I feel like as a creative, that's a really important moment where you're like, oh, hey, that's me coming out of that speaker. I could do this.
Like I said, right, I used to party a lot. That's something that I had a hard time overcoming, to be honest. And
You was getting in them ciphers?
well, we'd be at parties and I would just start rapping. Like I remember I was like 16.
You used to set it off?
Yeah, like and one of the only
Was it off
ones-
the top, or did you have something prepared? Like
off the top, of course.
Okay.
Which it was probably, when I look back now, I'm like, oh my God, like it was horrible when I'm looking back. But people always would hype me up and say, oh, like that's good and stuff. And so I just started doing that at parties, and then it would just be kind of like a party thing that happens. And then over time, I met one of my close friends, Fat Matt, who was a rapper from Vancouver, and he just happened to move to PEI, the town I was from.
Shout out to Van City.
Yeah. We met at a bar, and then we were just talking, and I was saying how, yeah, like I rap occasionally. He's like, oh, I'm a rapper. He's like, I also produce. He's like, so you should come by and we can make something. And then when I did, he kind of saw something in me that like a lot of the guys like Tachichi and Big Moves and Ghetto Socks, he introduced me to them, which were prominent artists and producers in the game for years, right? Like plenty of years and cred under their belt, and they kind of saw something in me, and that helped encourage me. And so I rapped with them and ended up kind of like rolling with them and making projects. And then in PEI, I had some other friends, Nemo, who goes by, like Marquise the Squid and Vince the Messenger and Slime the Garbage Man. They were like 3 rappers in Prince Edward Island, where most of the music there is like fiddles and guitar and like folk and stuff, right? So like rap wasn't really it that much. Like there were rappers, underground rappers a lot that would do their thing, but it wasn't like prominent.
Speaking of which, have you heard of a battle rapper named Pat Stay?
I have, of course. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Pat Stay, man.
Rest in peace. I was always blown away watching his rap battles, because he really had such a gift with words, and just his delivery, like his punchlines are just crazy. I actually got the pleasure of meeting him a couple times, as I had hoped I would. And
long live Pat Stay. I met him in San Jose.
He's funny guy, like very comical, like just always have you laughing. So that was really endearing about him. I found I had the pleasure of being on Maestro Fresh Wes's cooking show, Cooking with Maestro in the Maritimes. He invited me out to a dinner with him, Classified, Pat Stay, and a couple other people. And so so I got to be on that show with him right before he passed away. So I found that really special and something I definitely cherish. That
you
was
definitely,
really sad.
you definitely got a very true to the game story, though, because it's like you paid homage, kind of like jumped through all the right hoops to, you know what I mean, pursue it. A lot of artists now kind of, because the opportunity to just open a laptop and do whatever, that's kind of like lost, you know what I mean? It's a lost art. So I can really appreciate that, you know what I mean? Rapping, going from the house party, getting pulled into a studio and like, all right, here's the gauntlet, go rap here. If you can survive this, we might be able to do something with you. You know what I mean? So,
and I did get really lucky with that, because the people that I actually was introduced to all already had very prominent, well-respected names within the industry, and they kind of, put me on in that sense. And I met so many more people and got so many more opportunities from that. So very thankful and grateful, and definitely like soul family.
Has anybody
what's your ethnic background?
I'm Black. So my father, I just looked up ancestry the other day, actually. So we got Congolese and Nigerian.
Hey, that's the homies.
Cameroon and England and Irish. So.
Okay.
Mixed up.
Nice little blend.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, has anybody at a party ever heard you start freestyling and like, hey, that's the girl from the Boys and Girls Club?
I don't know. But most likely yes, because I'm on a mural on the side of the Boys and Girls Club in Summerside, where I'm like waving with like a
star in the hood.
No, straight up, right? Like, and my where I grew up was predominantly white, right? So I'm like the only little black kid, and I'm like, they want to put my face on that.
Right.
That's true.
That's the one little cute black girl from the Boys and Girls.
Hey, but your face on the bricks though.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. A majority of the American slave escaped here, actually, right?
Nova Scotia as well, with the Black Loyalists too.
Right, I'm hip. That's
I
like I said, I had a cousin that lived. I had never heard of Halifax, Nova Scotia before, and you guys were early in the game with the weed game too. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh God, I can't even remember that, but probably too much of that.
That would lead to that, wouldn't it?
I was in BC though when they started I was living in Kelowna for a little while in 2016.
Shout out to Kelowna, yeah.
I loved it there, but I was, like I said, just
I was
up to
gonna
no
ask if
good.
you've been to Vancouver.
What?
I was gonna ask if you've been to Vancouver.
I went there once with a couple of my friends for my birthday weekend, and we stayed there for a couple nights and just saw a little bit, but I didn't see nearly enough. So I do hope to go back and just really enjoy it. But
You got to drive down the street. You got to drive down the street and come kick it with us, man.
Oh yeah, you know it.
That's interesting that you brought up all the folk, the folk genre that's going on in Canada.
Yes, big time, and it's definitely something that as a collective we're trying to encourage moving away from that and showcasing more hip hop artists, which is something that they've been doing. But of course you've got the grandfathered politics within that and stuff, and so that's kind of a bit of an issue. But
right, like venue ownership and things like that. Event spaces, even things like that. That's kind of like the thing that I was talking about, inviting you guys out to, that we shouted out the Fremont Friday. That's kind of how we got curated even into that on, all right, let's make a place where sometimes you got to build it yourself. And if you build it, they will come. You know what I'm saying?
I like
it. I'm there. I'm there.
All right. Well, we got to pause just for a second here as we get into the birthday segment, and got some people here in the scene celebrating some big birthdays.
We got another cool video?
Oh yeah, we got a cool video. Of course, we got a cool video. You know what it is.
I like the video. It's a lot less pressure.
So let's go ahead and do that, man. Celebrate some happy birthday, man. Hey, happy birthday.
Hey, the only thing though, we got to get my guy Lobes an official shout out, because we had Lobes' birthday shout out with a John Thomas picture. Lobes is in the background, but you know what I mean?
You have to fix that post production.
Right.
Yeah, we will fix that in post.
Man, happy birthday to my girl Gina. Yesterday, she supplied the juice for this evening as well.
Gina.
Contributions being made.
It's a good
from
choice.
The Patron household.
Tell Gina it's a really good choice too,
Thank
man.
you. Happy birthday to my cousin Marcus last week and my cousin JoJo this weekend. And happy belated birthday to Grimace. I don't know where that purple dude came from.
That McDonald's milkshake, the lean in it, it's going crazy.
Happy early birthday to my little bro. His birthday's in 2 days. Shout out to my guy Tino. Let me get him a fresh lineup tomorrow. So
YG Mambo, let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time someone bring up Grimace, man, it goes back to this episode of Psych where Gus was trying to convince everybody that Grimace was black.
That's cold. Clearly he's purple.
Oh man! All right. Any other birthdays? Any birthdays? All right. Let's get to our final three of who did it. This is our last one, and it's called Impervious.
Oh, I know this one. I'm already winning though. I gotta just get one more to win.
Just can't miss it. Can't slip up.
Hey, man,
I gotta go with Sarey on this one, man.
Patron, you caught me. I wasn't trying to jinx myself. I had to slow down.
Listen to our answers, man, and make your decision based off that.
That's what I'm gonna let you go first for the last round.
And watch his reaction to the.
That's what I'll be trying. I'll be trying to do that every time when he say the song.
He gave it away last time when I seen him when they picked and I saw him. He's like,
yeah. When they smile a little bit, I'm like, oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because if it was me, if it was me, I'll do the same thing. If you're like, hey, whose song is Fresh and Wavy? I'll be. I know that one.
All right, it's called Impervious. It's either made by Sarey Savy or Lavender. Go ahead and answer during the break. While we do that, we got some Southern Soul to play from Queen Danae out of Houston.
Yeah, H-Town.
She will actually be on the show next week, by the way, so we'll hear more from her next week. But it's called BYOB, and it's featuring Big Yayo right there. So check it out. Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio, Southern Soul, Fresh Juice on Radio.
You said she on the show next week?
Next week, man. Next week.
Oh,
Queen
yeah.
Danae. There we go.
Gotta bring your own bottle. Yeah. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my girl Queen today. I got my own bottle. And Big Yayo. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. Now if you like to party and have a good time, come and meet me on the dance floor. That's where it goes down. Now if you want me to turn around and back it up. I like a man with a full-grown beard and it gotta be tatted up. And we gon' celebrate and party all night long. Just tell me what you're drinking, baby. Then we can get it on. And don't forget the chicken wings, fried fish and fries. So whatever you drink, gotta bring your own bottle. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. Now we can find us a trail ride or a nice little hole in the wall. I put it on you in a sexy two-piece or even in some grandma drawers. I need a man who can satisfy me 7 days a week. And you can keep your little funky 40, cause they ain't doing this shit for me. And we gon' celebrate and party all night long. Just tell me what you're drinking, baby. Then we can get it on. And don't forget the chicken wings, fried fish and fries. So whatever you drink, gotta bring your own bottle. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. He got his own bottle.
Bring that heat, so you can smell it on my skin. I may bring that crime, cause it'll make me get on down. My girl Danae, she said she like that goose. And when she's on that goose, she gon' get real loose. You can understand the words are coming out of my mouth. We party all over the world, east, west, north, and south. Come on. Yayo and Queen Danae came to make you holla.
Gotta bring your own bottle.
Gotta bring.
You gotta bring your own bottle.
Gotta bring.
He got his own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle.
Good afternoon. This is Morgan Freeman. You are rocking with Fresh Juice here in Rainier Avenue. Here with your host, D Money, Pint Size Patron, IDYourself, and OG Mambo. Thank you for listening and have a nice night.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Here at Rainier Avenue Radio, we're all about people and community. If you listen to the wide variety of shows we have, you'll hear we try to have a little something for everyone. Much like PBS, we need the help of our people and our community to keep this pirate ship afloat. We've begun our summer campaign. From now to August 1st, we are asking for your support. Please visit RainierAvenueRadio.world and gift us your support. Look, I agree, we are living in weird times and it's getting rough out there. Maybe you're planning a summer trip with the family and you need your cash for you stuff. I get that. But if you dig in the couch or clean out under the driver's seat of your car, you'll find some coins. Even if you can donate $1 or $5, Cool. Every dollar adds up and can help us at Rainier Avenue Radio keep doing what we're doing, bringing people, community, and art together. By helping us, even with as little as you can, you're helping us keep this party going. And who doesn't like a party? So let's get after it and let's get some shekels donated. On behalf of all the show hosts and everyone behind the scenes here at Rainier Avenue Radio, we thank you for your support.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Women are not an homogenous group.
We face discrimination differently depending on factors such as ethnicity, age, socioeconomic status, and more.
Rainier Avenue Radio is proud to amplify women's voices.
They are the experts of their own lives, initiating conversations within their community about challenges they face, the solutions they're working on, and the opportunities they see.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 for Women's Voices on Air. We know our challenges. We are the experts of our lives.
We are master multitaskers, prioritizing our family, friends, and our faith above our own needs.
Our needs and voices are too often overlooked.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. for Women's Voices on Air.
We tell our stories in our own way.
Did you know that there's an updated COVID-19 booster that protects you even more than the original vaccines? Even if you got the first vaccinations, now it's time to get this new updated booster shot. It's especially important for adults 50 and over and people with a compromised immune system. Even though you may not hear about people catching COVID as often, each week in King County, some people even end up in the hospital because of it. So check with your loved ones and make sure they've gotten an updated booster. For more information on where to get a COVID vaccine, including free vaccination resources, visit kingcounty.gov/vaccines. kingcounty.gov/vaccines.
I know y'all sipping on that fresh juice over here at Rainier Avenue Radio. This is Rocky G coming from DC to the Bay. It's your host, D-Money, Pint Size Patron, IDYourself, and OG Mambo. Yee!
Oh, babe. You can stop blowing up my phone now. It's getting annoying. Don't care how you doing. Told you I need to be alone now. Cause I need some space. I don't wanna see your face. Don't you leave a message at the tone, cause I don't give a damn. Hard my eyes up, and not to me, cause she my biggest fan. Some things ever change, and I tried hard to fucking understand. I'm on my brighter side, but I'm still on the side. So sorry enough for me. Let it go and let it be. Sorry enough for me. Let it go and let me be. Don't you get down to your knees. Beg me not to leave. Go and take care of yourself before you love someone. Don't just go feeling for me. No apologies. Go and take care of yourself before you love someone else. You know what? Ain't gonna let you come back in. You ain't fake friends. I don't wanna make amends. Cutting you off like you cut your loose ends. I don't sleep at night when you ain't done me right. Don't you leave a message at the tone, cause I don't give a damn. Turn my eyes up and not to me, cause she my biggest fan. Some things ever change and I tried hard to fucking understand. I'm on my brighter side and I'm still on the side. So sorry enough for me. Let it go and let it be. Sorry enough for me. Let it go and let me be. Don't you get down to your knees. Beg me not to leave. Go and take care of yourself before you love someone. Don't just go feeling for me. No apologies. Go and take care of yourself before you love someone else. Yeah. Who's a clout chaser? I'm chasing the paper. I stay focused on my bookings, always in the kitchen cooking. I don't like to complain, never fuck around day. Top of the class and I always get A's. I'ma take a flight, touchdown in the A. Sipping champagne, city views with a baby. Otherwise I'm good on my own. Always celebrating all alone. And if you don't call for business, then I'ma hang up the phone. Understand, I know what I want, so don't catch these hands. You only come around when you want that deep. But sorry, ain't enough to take around on me. Sorry enough for me. Let it go and let it be. Sorry enough for me. Let it go and let me be. Don't you get down your knees. Beg me not to leave. Go and take care of yourself before you love someone. Don't just go feeling for me. No apologies. Go and take care of yourself before you love someone else. Yeah.
Sorry, ain't enough for me. Fresh Juice, Rainier Avenue Radio, Sarey Savy, man.
Thank you so much. Special song.
Yeah, man. I could tell these past relationships are feeling a little salty about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the Asian version of Taylor Swift. I'm just writing about all my exes at this point.
What is your ethnicity, by the way?
I'm Cambodian.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's with the artwork? It seems like a lot of your recent singles have a table, and then you have some type of centerpiece in the table.
Yeah. I think you might have been like one of the.
Let's go.
He got
I'm
the
so
Easter
glad
egg. You caught it. Yeah. So like after everything happened with the label, I feel like I needed to rebrand myself. And I wanted people being and roses because I want people to associate things in life. But every art has something different added that gives you that signifies. There you go. That's what signifies what the song is going to be about. So if you pay attention, like each cover art has a different color rose because different color roses mean different things.
Gotcha.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it gonna keep being a centerpiece?
Yeah. But I want to intricate.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Okay.
I've done like the red that we just saw. So that's obviously about a love song. And then I did a purple one. And then I did a blue one, and I'm not really sure what to do next.
Okay.
So,
There are other.
Let it find you.
Yeah, definitely.
With the rebranding, was the name something you came up with, or was that something that you came up with while you were still working with like the label coming off the ground? Is that something you want to stick to, or what's the deal with that part?
Well, it is my it's my real name. So Sarey.
Oh, you can't change that.
No, I can't change that, right? But like there's been a couple times where I'm like, how many people in the world have the name Sarey? So I thought about like dropping the last name because I feel like there's so many.
I was gonna say don't drop the last name. That's hard.
I like it.
It definitely flows all together as one word. I was just more curious because you use like what in terms of rebrand. I'm an artist who had to switch and transition a few things around too before we landed where we landed. So that's why I always understand that one.
I think savvy means like genius.
Savvy is like sophisticated.
Gotcha.
So like
right.
But I more so like visually. So it's more of a visual thing and sonically, because before this I was doing a bunch of all the label stuff was all house music.
Right.
So that's what I was primarily known for. And I love house music, but obviously I want to do it on my own terms because before I wasn't allowed to be explicit. And I just felt like that was a big detriment to like explicit language was a big detriment. To
right.
Yeah, that's how I express myself. So, but I also understand, I get it. Like it's preference, right? So
right.
The business.
Yeah, exactly. And so I just want to make sure that but ultimately, I want to make sure I'm happy with myself and how I look because I wasn't happy with it in the past.
But you got to be business savvy as well.
Yeah.
Hey, I see what you did there, Patron.
The thing is, you got to spell it with like 3 V's. You know what I mean? Just go extra.
Yeah.
I know this is usually ID's question, but I also want to pose it to you, Lavender, before we get to the who did it. Like, lavender is your favorite color, or what's the deal behind that?
Well, I took this like super long quiz once. I had this book and it was talking about how to tell your aura color. And it was like an hour-long quiz where you write in the book. And I got 2 colors. I got magenta and I got lavender. And at the time I was looking for a new name. And so I chose lavender because it kind of like rolls off the tongue better. And then turns out that my great grandmother's favorite flowers were lavender. And so there's connections in that way. So it's just kind of like a family thing that kind of just unknowingly came to me. So
magenta should be your alter ego.
I was gonna say not for nothing. Magenta definitely
give her some future plans, man. Give her some future
actually
plans.
I think magenta is actually who came on the interview with the Randy Savage glasses on.
Yeah. I actually sort of do have an alter ego because I do tarot readings and I have a channel called Snake Petal Healing, and I'm also kind of branching out because I like to create, and I like heavy metal, so I'm kind of doing a metal thing, and I might go by Snake Pedal. So
you know what? I don't even really let people do it, but I might even get a reading from you one time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have so many cards. Please, yeah, that would be great. I have them literally.
Get that Snake Pedal reading, man. Snake
Yeah.
Pedal.
I think I'm gonna do one in private first before I just let y'all in.
Understandable.
Right, that's a little intimate. Like,
you
dang,
never
you
know
want to
what's
know who
gonna
I voted for too?
I'm gonna have to hit you up separately because I would love a reading too. I'm really into horoscopes and all that.
Okay, great.
You got to do yours public though, man.
All right,
right
man.
here on Press Juice.
We got
Patron, since you volunteering, why don't you do yours publicly?
I don't mess with that at all.
I know, right? A lot of people don't. They're like, they kind of think it's scary, but I'm like, well, if you're using your knowledge irresponsibly, that's where you get into the trouble. If you have, you know what I mean? If you use this gift and knowledge responsibly and you know what's going on, then it's much less likely for there to be, situations like that. But
right.
I see where you're coming from, though, of course.
All right, we got literally 1 minute left, so we got to do a couple of things really fast. Who did it? Impervious.
I'm going with Sarey Savy.
Going with Sarey. Patron, you still staying with Sarey?
Yeah, we got to.
Okay, Emmanuel Brown was also going with Sarey Savy. Nobody's saying Lavender on this one. She seems like the real impervious type. I could do all three if you want.
But would you?
Would I? I don't know. Would I? But anyway, is it Sarey Savy? It is Sarey Savy.
Mambo wins again. That's a 3-peat.
Yeah, okay.
Triple hat.
Hey, wait, a hat trick. That's it. Yeah, thank you, Patron. Soccer players, where they at?
Oh, I thought that was a hockey term.
I was thinking hockey.
Yeah.
Man,
I always heard it in soccer. I'm sure they say it in hockey too, but soccer is way cooler than hockey. No shade, but let's just be for real.
Hockey's cool. It's nice.
I would definitely like to get into the naming of the track and the behind that, but we literally have to talk about next week right now. We got Abstraction coming back next week. July.
them boys be over here.
Man, they know. They got the energy, man.
Friends of the show.
Yes. Every time they come here, they perform too. So that's what's up, man.
They get better.
We know it's a freestyle.
They're getting better.
We know it's coming. So Abstraction going to be here, and then as we mentioned just a little bit ago, Queen Danae, a Southern soul singer out of Houston.
Bring your own bottle.
Bring your own bottle of fresh juice next week. For sure.
Bottle out.
Yes. So tonight's bottle right there, Simply Lemonade with strawberry. Good little blend. Props to Patron's lady, man. Belated happy birthday there as well. Yes, definitely. A portion of tonight's interview will be heard on the Massive Mix session and the re-up, thanks to DJ Defcon on KSVR and KZAX. And as always, you can follow us on all of our platforms, facebook.com/group/freshjuicemedia. That's our Facebook group. We're on IG and Twitter as well. We live tweet the playlist on Twitter, so you can tag the artists so you can learn more about them. Also, YouTube, go to youtube.com/@FreshJuiceMedia. You can watch full shows on there and smaller clips from our shows. We've been doing a lot of good catch up lately. I think we're only a couple weeks behind now. You can check out some of the RLS videos on there. I believe we're just about to post his acoustic performance that he did on there.
Oh, he said he had a great time on the show, by the way.
Hey, that's what's up. Man. So yeah, go ahead and go to YouTube right now. Those are the freshest clips that we have on there right now from the RLS show as well. I believe that was the one that Azrael Raps Good was on as well, so you can see something about Samism right there. So yeah, youtube.com/@FreshJuiceMedia. Put that in your browser. You don't even have to do the search, so you don't get it buried in there. So youtube.com/@FreshJuiceMedia right there. All right, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Okay, Manuel Brown.
Lavender, we gotta lock it on the gram.
Yes, I followed everyone.
Hey,
cool. I'm gonna get a reading sometime in the next week. I promise.
Okay, great. I would love that.
And I want to rap with you because you rap nice.
Right. I checked out some of your stuff too, and I really dig it. I was listening to IAM. So.
You're doing the research, man. You're doing the research. Final words. I'm just gonna give you both the opportunity. Any final words, and then we will exit out. So, Sarey, any words?
Be the person that you needed when you were younger.
Okay, great finish.
Okay, we get
what you got, Lavender?
I just wanted to say shout out to Han Solo Records for putting our project out as well. They've been a really dope record label to work with. Really great for engagement and meeting up with you guys and thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep sipping that fresh juice, y'all. Peace and bless. Neon Ghost Show's next.